guys, and welcome back to my channel, Care Bear Craze. My name is Caroline, and today's video is a 2022 revamp, reset, rebrand, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I'm going to tell you guys what I do to kind of prepare myself for the new year. I've never been one of those big, like, new year, new me people, but I do think it's important to find new ways to motivate yourself. And I think using a new year is a good excuse, I guess. To make it easier, I put things into 7 different categories. Lucky number 7, I didn't even plan for that. For the first thing I do, I always set goals, and the main set of those goals, I guess, is my 10 years resolutions. And then I also like to set smaller goals on top of my New Year's resolutions because they can be a bit big and intimidating, and I like to make it smaller so that they're actually achievable. I set some last year, even made a video, and I'm back in the same spot. I'm going to reflect on those a bit. So I'd say that I did some of them, I didn't do some of them, kind of some of them I like halfway did, like wasn't necessarily like I didn't make any videos last year, but I did not make one every single week. So my 2022, that's like such a mouthful, New Year's resolutions are in no particular order either, is to devote time to myself. And number 2 is to keep up with and grow all things media based. I want to travel to many new places. I love traveling. I did a lot of traveling this year and I want to continue that in 2022. Number 4 is film more. I'm never going to stop saying film more because I'm always wishing I'd filmed more in the past, so I just want to keep filming. Number 5 is fill out one good thing in my journal each night, which I'll go into depth about when I talk about journaling. Number 6 is continue my fitness journey. This year I fell in love with crew, the sport, rowing, and I fell in love with lifting at the gym. Number 7 is be more confident in things I do and how I look. That's just continuing over from last year. I always want to grow on my confidence levels. Number 8 is use time wisely, because I think that this year, at least in the start of junior year, so late 2021, I really learned how to use my free periods to do homework, to utilize them, and I want to expand that outside of free periods and just into my life in general. Number 9 is eat foods that make me feel good about myself. And then number 10 is spend time on creating valuable relationships, friendships, all of the above, and keeping up with them, because I think sometimes I fall off the grid and I won't contact people. There is a blog post that I posted on Sunday on my New Year's resolutions if you want to read more about them. So on top of my 10 New Year's resolutions, I also like to set smaller goals so that they seem more achievable. And just some ideas if you're looking to do that too. I like to set monthly goals. I set goals focused in specific areas of my life, such as school, fitness, health, media, and relationships. If I have a goal, an overall education goal, let's say, so in school, I want all A's. Okay, that's great, but ways to get all A's is smaller. So to break it down for myself and not be intimidated and be oh God, how do I get all A's? That seems easy, but it's not. Is I'm going to focus really hard on this class that's giving me trouble, and I'm going to meet with the teacher outside of school. I'm going to do extra credit. I'm going to spend a little bit more time each night on homework or studying for that class, and I'm going to bring that grade up. It's just setting smaller goals that then, in the end, you've not only accomplished these smaller goals, but hopefully you've accomplished the bigger goals. Number 2 on the list is journaling. This is my 2022 journal. I just got it in the mail. I ordered it from Amazon. I'm not a big journaler, but I'm trying to do that this year. I journal mostly when I'm at sleepaway camp for 6 years now, but I'm not a big journaler outside of that, but I really want to do that. So I start and I just do a little my journal page, and then I begin my journal by writing out my goals. So we already went over those. These are a little different than my New Year's resolutions, but they're kind of similar. And then now we're going to get into the reflection and aspiration part. So every year I like to reflect on the past year, good and bad, and then for the future year I have my manifestations, aspirations type of thing. So my 2021 reflection prompts that I went with this year was, what was the biggest lesson I learned this year in 3 words? And what will I leave behind in 2021? And I have a bunch more on my blog post, which will also be linked below, but those were just the 3 that I did. I have on the next page my 2022 aspirations, which is kind of like all I'm excited for about this year. And so it's what positive things will I bring into 2022. That's kind of like, okay, I've started some good things this year. I want to keep growing on those and expanding them. And then what new things do I want to start? That's just kind of like all these things I have. Like I have so many ideas. And it's these aspirations of like, okay, this year is going to be the year I take the step and I do these things. And then I also say describe your future year in 3 words, so how you want it to go. Something new I've done that I recommend for your guys' journal is one good thing. I section off my journal into one good thing, and basically every single day I'm going to write down one good thing about my day. One good thing is something I started with my religion class, actually. That's where I got the idea at school. And it just helps me appreciate the smaller things, and that even on a day that you think is going terrible is actually like good. So that's actually what I do. And then just for the rest of the year, I'm not really a tight, stick to the thing every single day. I just kind of write what I want. So the next step I have on my list is to make a 2022 vision board. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Pinterest, and basically you're going to scour Pinterest to find photos that you want to put in your vision board, from inspirational quotes to photos of specific places. Once you're done with that, you're going to go over to Canva and you're going to find a template. So for me, the template I used was the desktop one, and then you're going to open it and you're going to title that 2022 vision board as well. You're going to screenshot the Pinterest photos you found and you're just going to drag them over to the uploads area in Canva, and then from there you can just layer all the photos on. I even have it as my lock screen on my phone. If you want to look at my vision board to get inspiration, I will link it below. I have it on Pinterest. But just remember that like everyone's vision board is unique to themselves, so it's good to draw ideas from others, but to just really focus on what you see yourself doing, all of that. So the next thing I like to do when I'm getting ready for the new year is I like to clean out all of my spaces. And by this I mean physical, but I also mean on my phone, on my computer, like basically everything. So I like to start like by cleaning out my room. My room has always been really hard for me to keep clean. I'm just an unorganized person, so I think going into it with it clean at least helps a little bit in making it last clean for longer. I also like to organize my bathroom drawers, just like even in my room, all of my dressers, everything. And then another thing I like to do is, especially like because you're going to the new year, it's good to kind of reset yourself for school. So I like to go through my backpack, take out trash, organize my binders, set up my planner for school, just anything I have to do in that area. And then I also like to go onto my computer and my phone, and I like to go through all my social media accounts, clean them out. I like to go through my camera roll, and on my computer I like to go through my like documents, because that's where I make all my videos, and I like to clean those out, make sure I have them backed up, and then like get them off my computer because I don't have storage. Just basically a clean out of everything. Okay, so the next thing I want to go through with you guys is my Notion. And Notion is a website, and I think it's an app too, but basically it's a place to kind of organize your life. I highly recommend it. I started using Notion a couple months ago. Mine isn't that impressive, but I keep improving it like more and more. So if you're looking for like a little basic Notion tour, I got you. As you can see, my vision board is kind of like the home page, the dashboard. And I have daily, and those are just links to my to-do list, which I make a to-do list every day on Google Docs. My school schedule, which is like my classes, and then the family calendar. And then in the personal section, these are pages that are actually on Notion and that I customized myself. So for some ideas, I have my 2022 goals, which are my New Year's resolutions, but also all of those smaller goals. I have my travel plans, which I don't have any yet this year, but we update it as we go. Then I have my media plans, which is basically literally anything: video, photo, website. And then the next one is just random lists, and this is honestly probably the most random one, but the one I use probably the most. Literally anything I need to write down, I just put here. And then that actually helps me clean up my camera roll, because oftentimes I take screenshots of things, but I just write everything down there and then I can delete those screenshots. And then the last thing I have is my SAT work, and that's just my practice schedule, like when I'm working on things. And so it's not that big, but it keeps me on track. And then the link to my daily to-do list is really what I focus on. The sixth thing I like to do is I like to rejuvenate myself through self-care. And when I say self-care, I'm not just saying like, okay, I'm going to do a face mask, paint my nails type of thing. I'm also saying boosting your mental health in ways that you need to, from reading books, watching TV shows, hanging out with friends, doing a fun activity, making new recipes, just basically like having some fun, but also like taking care of yourself. Self-care can be anything, at least I think, that makes you feel good about yourself. So I think putting aside time to do that, it just sets the note for a good upcoming year and can kind of like get rid of like all the ickiness that we have from the old year. Okay guys, so the last thing on my list is to create a challenge for yourself going into the new year. Something that encourages healthy habits, whether that can be like fitness, eating, working on a project, literally anything. And this year I'm doing a mix of just like a healthy fitness thing, but it's called the 50 Hard Challenge, and it was founded, I think, by Nico. I'm gonna botch his last name, Raunchenwald. I'll put his Instagram. But basically, it's just it's kind of like the 70 Hard Challenge, which I feel like is more well known, but I think it's a little bit easier. And then I even just kind of made my own rules before going into it, so it's not like I'm changing it. I'm doing it, I promise. I made it more achievable. It's still going to be hard, but I knew that his rules, some of them, I just know going back to school in January, midterms, college, everything, I just know I'm like, that's impossible. Like, I need to do this what I think I can achieve if I push myself. And you have 3 cheat days, but you're doing this for 50 days, no break. But a challenge for you could literally just be making a morning routine and sticking with it, or a night routine, or creating your own thing. This challenge is just kind of a last thing to tack on to your new year, to go into it and just start off strong. And even if you fall off a day in, or if you don't, you doesn't mean game over. You can always start over, or you can try something new. And that's like my favorite thing, is it's totally up to you and it's unique to everyone. So don't forget that. That is all for my 2022 rebrand video. I hope you guys liked it, and I hoped the 7 things I do, maybe you can try or whatever. Let me know how it goes, and I'm so excited for the new year and all it's going to bring, and make sure to subscribe for new videos every Wednesday.